Hey guys, Joe here. So I'm following up the email with this quick video just to kind of go in a little bit more depth if you prefer to watch a video instead of reading like I do. So talk to a bunch of contractors all the time, not just from inside the business, but I also do help out contractors from outside this business as well. And one of the things that I'm constantly hearing about and I see constantly is contractors using pen and paper and basically using a notebook to keep everything, trying to keep it as organized as they can. While that can sort of work, what we have found that whenever you put technology in place, it does make things a lot easier. One, from sending out professional quotes, just from that initial standpoint, like when you're giving out a quote, if it's on pen and paper compared to like a professional looking quote, you're more likely to, one, sell the job with a professional looking quote, and two, you're more likely to sell it at a higher price, right? The other thing is that when I talk to contractors is there's pretty much never any kind of follow-up for the most part. Now in the off season, like when it's really, really slow and you're desperate for work, that's when people actually follow up. But it's really important to follow up with every quote that you send out throughout the entire year, right? And then what that helps with is because you're booking more and more jobs throughout the entire year, you're less likely to be slower during the off season. And two, you've booked more than enough work that even if you're a little bit slower in the off season, it's not like, scary for you because you're booking more jobs throughout the entire year. So you have more cash in your pocket or in your bank account, right? So, but the problem with that is, one, finding time, two, trying to figure out who you're supposed to follow up with because you don't know who was really sent quotes and things like that. And what this system does, so the CRM system, we actually use it within our own company, is that it enables you, one, to send the professional quotes, two, you can set up and really when I say you, it's going to be us setting this stuff up, where we can set it up to follow people automatically. Some of the other cool things that you can do with this is the emails that's in there as well. And this is something a lot of contractors don't think about, but it has really helped us. So what ends up happening is that like a lead comes into our system with, for our old fence company, what we would do is like we would be sending out helpful emails constantly to these people, right? And what it allowed us to do without like a proper sales team and all this other kind of stuff was that we built a relationship with these people before they even talk to us a lot of times. And what happened is they were more comfortable with us, they were more likely to book a job with us, and more importantly, we were able to sell at a higher price than pretty much anyone else in the area. And it just makes things a lot easier when you're selling for higher prices, right? And again, this is follow-ups, like you can set this stuff up to be automatic. So it's kind of like you figure out the emails once, you set the system up, and then from there, it just automatically does it for you, which is really cool. And what you're gonna end up finding is, one, you can book more jobs because of it. Again, booking, at a higher price. But this will also, once you have the people's emails in there, there's been plenty of times where they might have called us in January, February, March, April, whenever. They may not book for, several months, because when they first call you, a lot of times they're just trying to figure out what the price is going to be. And then finally after, for tax season or whatever else, you can actually book more jobs because of that. Now, that was coming from a fence company. Now, if you're in a different line of business where you're actually providing, just say a landscaper, so you're doing like all these different things and there's different services that you'll be doing throughout the year, for like spring cleanups, fall cleanups, sprinkler systems, starting them, shutting them off, pools, starting them up, for the covers, putting the covers back on, like all that kind of stuff. The nice part with it is like we can segment this stuff for you. So that way, you have your list of emails, or you can even do it with text messages too, that, during whatever time of year it is, it's like, okay, hey guys, it's fall cleanup time. We're, starting to get the schedule. It's starting to get booked up, blah, blah, blah. And then, you send out an email, you'll end up booking jobs from that. And it's not like you have to reach out to one, each person individually. It just does it for you. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do within it. And then basically as time goes on and we have more and more contractors on it, we're going to start seeing things that's like, hey, this contractor is asking about this contractor is asking about that. And then what we're going to start doing is adding more and more things into the system that we're adding that you don't have to even think about. And it's like, hey, by the way, this is a new feature we just added. Would you like to do this? The other thing that's really cool about this system is for social media. So if you're anything like me, if you don't have someone dedicated to doing it, what happens is you'll be all gung-ho, you'll post all these pictures, and then you stop doing it for weeks and months. And then what happens is you'll start it back up once you're slow and you're desperate for work. But really, you can't wait till you're desperate for work. Like, this is something that should have been ongoing, over the course of the year. So what this allows you to do is basically you can do one post, right? So if you have a picture for like a renovation you did or a fence or whatever you end up doing, what you can end up doing with this thing is you post it once, and then you can actually schedule it to post, every 45 days, every 60 days, whatever it may be. So that way you have a constant flow of content all year long. So it's really cool. And like at this point, I'm really not doing it to make a ton of money off of this, because again, it's only $35 when, we use a few different systems. The one, so we use Jobber as well. We're getting off of that soon. But that thing's anywhere from 75 on the very, very low end, which you can't do that much with. And then it goes to 150. And then we're actually using, it's like $300 a month for what we're using. So it's just a fraction, at this point, it's probably like 80% cheaper than Jobber that we're using. And it's really just a way for me to help you guys out. I know what it's like, when you're first starting out, or even if you've been in business for a while and you don't want to use pen and paper, it's disorganized, that you could be booking more jobs if you followed up with these, customers and stuff. But you just don't know what to do. You don't have time to do it. And you're honestly just busy doing stuff, for your business instead. So fortunately for me, I've been, messing with technology within the business for the last 7 years or so. And so we'll end up doing that. Again, if you're interested, let me know and we can get you set up. There's basically no hidden charges or anything like that. The only thing that there's a one-time setup fee of $150. That's for me to get everything set up for you. So you don't have to really do anything. Show you how to use the system. There is an app-based version of it as well, so that you can use it for your jobs and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is something that I'm going to be spending some time on during this off season, because today's October 9th, and it's slow right now. So I have time to do that. So basically, if you're looking to get started on something like this, now is the time to do it, because I'm just I'm not going to have time to do this stuff in the springtime. So once you're set up, you really don't need anything from me. It's just that initial, let's get everything set up. What happens if you guys miss a call? You can set up auto text messages. You can put stuff for Facebook and all. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. But again, you won't have to do it. You won't have to figure it out. It's hey, we can do this, 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 and this. What would you like to add into your system? So we can fine tune it to what you're actually looking for. So it's not like a one size fits all. We'll fit it into your business. And again, as we see more and more things and we see what works for, one company compared to another, then we can basically incorporate that as well. Because again, the way we look at everything is the more that we can help you book more jobs, the more jobs we're going to sell as well. So that's what literally our guiding principle for this entire business is, what is best for our customer, and whatever that happens to be, we're going to do it. So that's why we're doing things like this. This is why we're constantly asking the contractors, what do you need from us? What can we help you with? That kind of thing. Because that's the way we look at it. We have to be a partner. There's other suppliers that'll say partner in your success and stuff like that. But it's just written on a website, or it's just an empty promise, whereas this is what we live, and breathe every single day. Because when we're starting up, but everything is really because of, when I first started out, I didn't know who to turn to. Now at least you can go on YouTube and learn some of this stuff, and it's oh, I really like the software and things like that. But the problem is it's not set up for you. So the thought of even trying to get it set up is just it's just not even worth it half the time. So then you stay on pen and paper, which again, that's costing you jobs and things like that. So again, if you're interested, let me know. I'd be glad to get this set up for you, and have a good day. See you.